is Jocelyn Kirezi. I'm a research advisor here at Bay in Rwanda. What we do is to support mostly school leaders into a CPD program on effective school leadership. And the program is around the 5 professional standards of effective school leadership. We also support teachers through school-based mentors, whereby then we support them in terms of educational mentorship and coaching. And in addition to that, we support as well, like to make sure that the system is there. We support also other education leaders at the sector and district level. And at this, we do it through Rwanda Basic Education and the University of Rwanda, the College of Education, because they want to provide a CPD program, and we are there to support them to be able to deliver and develop quality CPD programs. Maybe starting from the needs, what we wanted, and also like why we wanted to have a digital data ecosystem. So the case that we submitted is on a digital data ecosystem, which is basically a combination of different applications, whereby then it allows us to combine data collection, analysis, and then the reporting to make it more interactive and also like quick analysis. So basically the need we had was that back in 2020, with COVID situation and everything, we had started to engage with the blended modality. But at that time, we had to move quickly on to go online because of the situation and so on. So when we look at the normal monitoring and evaluation system that we used, and those we used to collect it on paper. So we will send out a lot of copies to different districts, and also we will ask trainees to be the one to submit, and then they will bring us like the copies, the paper-based copy. At the end, you will find yourself like you have a lot of copies on your desk. You don't have time to enter the data. We wanted to quicken the process to collect the data, to have access to the data quickly, and also to do the quick analysis, to be able to change. So when you are rushing and also like you have a lot of copy on your desk, you have to rush, and then you will commit some errors. But also like trainees, when it's on paper, you are not controlling on the information that they have submitted. So basically, if I will summarize, is that we wanted to quicken the process for the data collection and also like to limit the number of errors. So normally we have different surveys based on whether we want to assess the training facilitation or have the participation data. So we have a survey developed in a Word format, and then we digitize that format in Kobo. So we use Kobo to collect the information, and we share the links with the trainees directly through Moodle or even like on WhatsApp. So we don't need to go on feed and share different paper-based version for the moment. So that is the part for the data collection. And then for the analysis, we are able to connect Kobo directly with RStudio. It's a statistical package that helps us to analyze the data quickly. So once we run those codes, then we connect the data received with a Power BI, which is a more visual and reportable format that is with graphs and also like different table and figures, which is nice to present both for our program managers, but also for education advisors. Then it's really quick to have a visual of what is the current situation in terms of the reach number one, whether you have like X% of trainees not participating or X% some people who are failing in specific course. So basically that is how we connect the full data ecosystem. Now what we added compared to the previous one in the paper-based was the participation online. So participation online we use, of course, it was not available, but also we want to be able also to have access to the online participation. Mm-hmm. But also like in terms of reporting, we used to develop like I think a 30-page report to report on satisfaction. It was a long report. The time for education advisor to really grasp like what is happening was really like it required a lot of time to go through those reports. But now we focus on key indicators and then we present it in dynamic way using Power BI. So I will say also that is also one addition from the data ecosystem. RStudio, what is actually, it helps you to write codes at one time and then use the same codes to rerun the data that you are collecting. So let's say, for instance, we are starting with the first cohort. Then it means that I will write the codes one time and then I will use the same codes to analyze the data for cohort 2 and then cohort 3 and later on. So it's like use one code to make a quicker analysis and then you don't need to go back and change different things. In terms of process, it's really quicken the process for analysis and also like compiling all the data set that you have. So basically what I'm saying, this is RStudio. And these are our codes. This is one of our surveys. So basically what I do is just to write different codes to analyze quickly the data set. And then I use the same codes to analyze then data coming from another cohort. Meaning that I don't need to change again and go back to change this one. I just like run and then the data will be updated automatically. When you reflect on the moving to online, you will find that most trainees are not familiar with Moodle, for instance, and then they tend to either not attending the session online. Then with the data that we collected, we were able to identify already like the different gaps. Like for instance, say that we have X percentage of trainees who are really not finishing up the modules. So there we were able to then start calling them, making sure that we understand the needs, what is happening, and also like what can we do to help you to move. And because we find that primary teacher were more challenged, then we were able to then to move them in a more blended modality that cohorts to help them actually access the CPD program with the support that they needed at the time. First, they didn't have like access to digital device, but also like their skills in terms of digital literacy was really low compared to secondary. So there we were able to address these challenges directly.
Are you ready to blend on? Download the PDF or explore the website at www.blendon.org.